With young Sheldon coming to a close and The Big Bang Theory already having established Georgie Cooper's life in adulthood, the connection between the two shows is becoming clearer. While much focus has been on Sheldon and Mary's arc aligning with The Big Bang Theory, Georgie and Mandy's marriage is another key storyline that will have a lasting impact. What many fans may not realize is that their first marriage, before they eventually find stability, will introduce a young Sheldon character who directly links to The Big Bang Theory in a surprising way. The evolution of Georgie and Mandy's relationship in young Sheldon. Georgie, Montana Jordan, and Mandy, Emily Osment, have had one of the most unexpectedly heartwarming relationships in young Sheldon. When Mandy was introduced as Georgie's older girlfriend, the initial dynamic seemed like it would be a short-lived fling. However, the surprise pregnancy changed everything, forcing Georgie to step up in ways no one expected. Despite initial hesitations, Mandy eventually saw Georgie's dedication and willingness to be a good father, which softened her stance toward him. As the two continued to grow together, they ultimately got engaged, setting the stage for their first marriage. However, knowing that Georgie had multiple marriages in The Big Bang Theory, it's clear that their first attempt may not last. But it's in this phase, Georgie and Mandy's initial marriage, that a character will be introduced, directly connecting their journey to the Big Bang Theory timeline in an unexpected way. Introducing a character with Big Bang Theory ties. Throughout young Sheldon, we've met various characters that eventually play significant roles in The Big Bang Theory, including Sheldon's childhood friends, teachers, and, of course, his family members. But one name that has been mysteriously absent is Georgie's first ex-wife. In The Big Bang Theory, it is mentioned that Georgie has been married multiple times. However, neither the identity of his first wife nor the circumstances surrounding their divorce are revealed. Given young Sheldon's commitment to continuity, the show has an opportunity to introduce this character during Georgie and Mandy's first marriage. This woman, perhaps someone from Georgie's past or a new acquaintance, could be introduced as a friend or wedding guest during his marriage to Mandy. But as their relationship struggles due to financial stress, immaturity, or simply growing apart, she may play a crucial role in Georgie's life post-Mandy. How this connects to Georgie's arc in The Big Bang Theory. Georgie's character in The Big Bang Theory is portrayed as a successful businessman who owns a chain of tire stores. However, he is also someone who has had multiple marriages, which implies that he struggled with long-term relationships. While young Sheldon has focused on his more responsible and endearing side, the show also needs to bridge the gap between the young, well-meaning Georgie and the older, more jaded version seen in The Big Bang Theory. His failed first marriage to Mandy could be the moment where Georgie starts to change. Perhaps in an effort to prove himself, he doubles down on his business ambitions, leading to his future success. Alternatively, the emotional fallout from their marriage could lead him to make impulsive romantic decisions, resulting in his second marriage. Could this character be Georgie's future second wife? If young Sheldon introduces a new woman into Georgie's life during his marriage to Mandy, there's a chance she becomes his next wife. This would add a layer of complexity to Georgie's character development. Instead of simply going through failed marriages off-screen, fans would see the beginning of a pattern, where Georgie's desire to be loved and valued leads him into relationships that ultimately don't last. If this new character becomes his second wife, then Mandy and Georgie's split might not be as bitter as some fans fear. Instead of a dramatic falling out, their separation could be mutual, with both realizing they were not ready for marriage. However, in trying to move forward, Georgie might rebound into a new marriage that also fails, reinforcing his eventual personality in The Big Bang Theory. The importance of this connection for The Big Bang Theory continuity. One of the biggest criticisms of prequels is that they sometimes struggle with continuity. Young Sheldon has done a good job tying itself into the Big Bang Theory, but there are still gaps, especially in Georgie's storyline. Introducing his first ex-wife in young Sheldon would help bridge the transition from the young, hardworking Georgie to the older, more cynical version in the Big Bang Theory. It would also provide an opportunity for young Sheldon to flesh out his romantic history, giving more depth to his character rather than having his failed marriages simply exist as off-screen lore. Additionally, it would make his eventual reconciliation with Sheldon in the Big Bang Theory even more meaningful, as it would show how much he had been through over the years. How will Mandy and Georgie's first marriage end? Since we know Georgie and Mandy will eventually remarry, their first marriage must end for a reason that doesn't completely destroy their love for each other. Financial troubles, stress from parenting, or simply not being ready for marriage could be key factors. However, the biggest turning point might come from outside influence, perhaps the very person who will become Georgie's second wife. If Georgie finds comfort in someone else during a tough time in his marriage, it could lead to an emotional affair, or a realization that he isn't ready to be a husband. This would explain why Georgie, despite always wanting to do the right thing, ends up with multiple failed marriages before finally settling down. What this means for young Sheldon's ending. With young Sheldon nearing its conclusion, every storyline needs to align with what fans already know from the Big Bang Theory. Georgie's arc is one of the biggest missing pieces. While his success in business has been foreshadowed, his romantic history remains largely unexplored. By introducing his first ex-wife in the latter seasons, young Sheldon can provide closure on this part of his story. If Georgie and Mandy's first marriage ends in a way that is both emotional and logical, it will enhance the weight of their eventual reconciliation. Fans already love their chemistry, so seeing them find their way back to each other, after everything Georgie has been through, will be even more rewarding. Final thoughts. Georgie and Mandy's relationship is one of young Sheldon's most engaging subplots, and their first marriage will be a defining moment. However, its conclusion will likely introduce a character who will become Georgie's first ex-wife, directly linking his journey to the Big Bang Theory. Whether she is a completely new character or someone from Georgie's past, her introduction will shape his future and explain why he ends up in multiple marriages. This connection will not only enhance Georgie's character arc, but also solidify young Sheldon's place as a meaningful prequel to the Big Bang Theory. As young Sheldon continues to fill in the gaps of the Cooper family's history, this revelation will be an exciting piece of the puzzle that fans won't want to miss.